here we are on December the 2nd, 2023, in beautiful downtown Evanston, Illinois, where the sun is not shining, the birds are not singing, but the rain is falling and it's cold. However, we're all here today to bring you the December meeting of the ChicagoTIUG group. Before we begin, let me just say a couple of quick words about the 2024 fair. About a week ago, a little more than a week ago now, the Evanston City Council approved the destruction and rebuilding of the Northwestern University football stadium. Now, as anyone who's a regular attendee of the fair knows, we always have to work around the Northwestern football stadium in order to have some hotel rooms within 15 miles of Evanston. At any rate, that said, as soon as that happened, then the demolition of the stadium was supposed to begin, the rezoning was supposed to take place, and the construction of the new stadium was to start, which meant that, of course, that the stadium would not be ready for the football season. If that happened on schedule, we would be able to choose any date in the fall that we wanted for the fair, because we wouldn't have to worry about the Northwestern home schedule. They'd be playing somewhere else. I don't know where else. They don't know where else. But at any rate, since that time, the irate citizens who had opposed the rebuilding of the stadium have decided to sue the city of Evanston for the rezoning. And how that's going to play out, I don't know, but that seems to be delaying the development of the stadium. As soon as I know what the future holds, I'll be announcing the prospective date of the fair. Now, I know there are other solutions, and I know I'm going to get a lot of email and stuff. Don't bother sending me anything on Facebook, because I can't see Facebook anymore. I've deleted my account. The same with Messenger. I cannot receive any messages on Messenger. I can receive messages on Hotmail, and that's about it. At any rate, we don't know yet when the fair is going to be held. I will be publishing the date as soon as I know what the date is going to be. In the meanwhile, today we have an awful lot of good stuff to show you on the show. Let me go around the room first and say who's here. Vic Stirrup, our president, is here, and he's going to be doing the presentations. Jim Mazurek, our technical guru and broadcaster of the moment, is also here. And I'm here. I'm Hal Shanafield, fair chairman and major domo or dog's body or whatever. So, Vic, we have some new programs that we've just been given.
Yes.
You want to tell us about
Well, you can pretty much read that verbatim.
Oh, well. Last month I was contacted by Ricky Barron from Tucson, Arizona, and he had written a program called Marble Maze version 3.0 by Ricky Barron and Alan Radcliffe II. And this is kind of a long letter about it, but I'm going to read some of it. This is a TI-99 4A program that was inspired by Michael Nelson. I do not know if it's the same person that is on the Mystery Science Theater 3000, but I don't think so. The original game was called Marbles. It was written for DOS on a PC. I do not know what programming language the original game was written in. I've tried to find this old game several times on the internet, but couldn't locate it or the person who wrote it. I enjoy playing the game so much, I thought that I would bring the game to the TI community. This is nearly identical to the original game as far as playing the game. I hope that you will enjoy it as well. While it is not a shoot-'em-up type of game, or even fast-paced, it does have things that I prefer. I like more thinking type of game to keep my interest. Being a combination of a puzzle and a maze, I find the game is unique in design. The game has 20 levels already created for it and ready to play. Each of the 20 levels gets harder to solve as you go along. I tend to use an emulator on a PC to write and run most of the stuff I use. With the emulator, you can throttle the TI up to run things faster. This does come with its own issues, though. The movement of the marble in the game is very fast. As you play, you'll notice that there are arrows pointing one way. Once you go the way the arrow points, you cannot go back the same way, as it will stop you. During play, you need to get the keys that you need to open the lock you want to go through. Only the red key will open the red lock, and only the blue key will open the blue lock. You have to stay on the squares to move around. The game will not allow you to go into any of the black squares. You do have to watch out for traps. In some levels, you can get stuck in a place you cannot get out of. In this case, you can use one of your marbles to start over on that level. Once you run out of marbles, you lose and will have to start over. I have included the zipped file 20 screen levels, the main program, Marble Maze, and a screen level creator program, Marble Screen. All of these files need to be in the disk 1 for the program to find the screen levels. They're numbered 1 through 20. In version 2.1, Marble Maze, I have added the ability to select any level you want to play. Once completed, it will continue to the following levels in order. You can also select level 0, but there's nothing there but a grid of squares. This is the level I use to create most of the other levels for the game using the Marble Screen program. I am always looking for these kinds of games. As a side note, I started an old Atari game called Journey to the Planets in 1991. It needs to be written in assembly language to work properly. This is also a type of puzzle game, puzzle slash maze game that I like to play. Currently, I am at a stopping point in its creation, as I've forgotten how I used to write some of the code in that language. Unfortunately, the TI group that I used to be with is no longer around. They would have helped me with this program if they were still here. Enjoy, signed, Ricky Barron. So, Vic, you've played the game, I guess, since I sent it to you.
I could really use a tutorial on how to play it, because while he's described what it is in gameplay, it's not really, push this,
Right, it's
do
not
this, do
direct
that.
instruction.
If you open that manual up, you'll find an identical sheet for Marble Maze in the binding. It's all in alphabetical. Is that it at the front?
No,
No,
that's
that's the puzzle game.
Riddle
Yeah,
of the
it's
Cell,
about halfway through.
okay.
And, because he sent me another email as a supplement to that.
Uh-huh.
That's Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, this is,
Then
okay.
you got the Grail of the Gods.
Grail of the Gods. Well, we got a lot of,
And then you got Hunchback.
okay, well, one of these days we're going to,
GH. You'll get the M yet.
I think Ricky Barron
Game
just made a
manual.
comment, I
start
can't
on
see
the
it
game
though.
manual.
Well, that's,
Here we go, Marble Maze.
flip it over and there's another email on the back.
Says, hello, Victor. This is great news. The game is simple to play but complex in getting the correct color keys to open the same color locks and then going into the exit. The levels get more complex as you move up them. When you finish one level, the computer will load the next level screen if you have selected that option. One of the options when it starts is to be able to go to any level one. Okay, this is not telling me how to play the game. I hope it inspired
Okay, well,
you.
from what I found is the blue cursor, I hope this is showing up good at home. One of the squares has a blue outline on it, and that's usually in the upper left corner when it starts. And you move it by using the function key and the ESDX keys to move it. When you have it where you want it, you press the space bar, and you see it changes color. Now, if you press enter, it locks it there, and you can, I guess that deleted it. See, every time you press the space bar, you see the cursor changes color. Then you press enter, and it locks it in there. So I can see there's some, there's a red keyhole, a blue keyhole. I thought I had a key here and there's an arrow. So I don't know where you put the marble, and I would imagine you put all these arrows down to bounce the marble around the maze. Did he say how to play it?
Well, Ricky just signed in to the live chat and he
Oh,
says
sorry, I'm butchering it.
there are instructions in the game itself. So there must be somewhere in there.
Okay.
Ricky, we're kind of new at this, and so we'll have to find it. There must be a README file or something in there.
Well, here is the opening screen you get when you load it. Press one
Looks
to
like Eric
create
Olson
screen,
just joined us.
two to instructions. Whom?
Instructions, there we go, instructions. Aha,
Use the arrow keys to move the cursor to the position you want to place a game character. To put one of the 7 characters on the place the cursor is on, press the space bar to change the character. Now press enter to place the chosen character on the screen. However, the symbol it uses for the character changes when you put it on. You can load a screen into this editor by pressing, what you can't read there is that is the letter L. Maybe if I turned this entire screen black, instead of having that white background, it would be easier to see, but that's almost not possible to read there. To save your game screen, press the S key. All right, press that key. Enter screen number. Screens 1 through 20 are already created. Only screen numbers 0 to 99. So if I press like screen 2, okay, it seems like no matter what screen I load, this is the one that's displayed.
okay, Eric Olson is in. Alexander Cheney, hello from Austin, Texas. Run Marble Maze 3, Ricky says. You're currently in the creation screen program.
Okay. Here's a disk listing. Screen 0 through screens 20. They're all 5-sector IF40s. Let's scroll down here. And we got Marbles 3, and we got Marble Screen. So maybe I'm loading the wrong program. I tried loading Marble Screen. Let's try loading Marbles 3. No. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So only, so either I'm doing something wrong. So trying Marbles 3 didn't work, we'll try Marble Screen.
I
It
think,
takes only a few moments to load.
he says run Marbles 3. Ricky says run Marbles 3,
Oh,
so
Marbles 3, huh?
that's what he says.
Okay, so Marble Screen is not the correct one. Maybe that's why we're getting that artifact.
Yeah, marble screen is to create a screen.
I'll try doing it manually.
Marble Maze 3. Marble Maze 3 is what you want to run. It says Marble Maze 3. Small.
I don't have a Marble Maze 3 here.
Well, maybe it's just me.
Maybe I
Marbles.
missed a file.
Marbles 3, try.
I thought I got everything on this.
Okay, let's see.
Because Marbles 3, I tried loading it and it
Says-
said error and no
It says
program found.
Marbles 3. Marbles 3. Just Marbles 3, yeah, that's it. Okay, and will it not run in,
It wouldn't load. So,
well, maybe just try running it instead of listing it. Maybe there's a
Yeah.
protection in there that, No, a 07.
And I don't know what, I haven't memorized, even after all these years, I haven't memorized all the error codes. Oh, we can find out though.
Okay, well.
I
we
got the
can-
blue book and I got the green book. So, user's reference guide.
Well, this much we can attest, that it is actually a pure, authentic TI demo. Aha. Okay, the Marbles 3 is an IV type of program. I use regular extended basic to run it. Ricky says. So maybe just regular XP. Try XP instead of EA.
Okay. Funny. I got two green books and no blue book.
No.
Uh-huh.
Let's
Here's the
see.
blue book.
Okay, well, I'll look that up while you are running the program if you want.
Yeah, you can see when error code, so.
I gotta make myself
Here,
useful
I'm
somehow.
gonna put the,
Let's go to the index. Okay, error codes. Error messages. 11, 12. Error messages, okay. Forty-five, 46. Okay. 56, 57. We're,
yeah, here's identifile.
okay, that's not, there we go.
Press 1 to catalog a disk. Disk 1. Okay.
Did you try just, XP? Bring in an XP?
Okay, Marbles 3 XP only program. Okay. Marbles screen. Okay, so we're actually starting on the second screen that this Marbles 3 is probably supposed to load, right?
Ricky
Alright.
says he doesn't have RXB, so I'm not sure if we'll run on that version of Extended Basic.
Okay, I'll get the stock extended basic on.
Well, nowhere in here is there an actual listing of the error
I
code.
thought we had the error codes in one of those books.
Could be in something else. Oh, wait, no. Appendix B, no, wait a minute. Okay, Appendix A, Appendix B, Appendix C, no, the color codes. Appendix D.
Ah, here we go, TI Extended Basic, version 100. And I don't know what L is, but we'll try K first. Okay,
Well, there's no listing of the codes here.
okay, how about this
The
one?
manual, well,
Here's the green book.
oh, the green book, okay,
And the blue book and the green book.
yep.
Okay, now I got error 20. I'm using TI Extended Basic.
Error 20, well, all right. Oh,
4 was error 7.
yep. Well, it says if you have questions in the back of the book, okay, let's,
Let's try, that was K, Extended Basic version 100. Let's try L.
3, 8 to 312, 3, 8 to 312.
Error 20.
8.
I'll go back to RxP here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ricky Barron's saying he doesn't know why it won't
Okay, Ricky
load, he
says-
just wants to make sure you've
I
got a
don't know why it
regular
won't
extended
load. You
basic.
have a regular extended basic cartridge.
No, I'm running this off of Final Ground, but I got 3 versions of Extended Basic. The RXP, I've got TI Extended Basic 100, and, let's look and see what that other version was.
Probably try the actual, just vanilla TI extended basic.
Well, I don't have a regular Extended Basic cartridge with me.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got an image on your final ground.
Yeah, yeah. So
Try
let's
that.
go to J for device. We got the gem versions of Extended Basic.
Yeah, I wouldn't try anything exotic. I mean, he has said that he is pretty much using it with a
Okay.
stock extended
Yeah,
basic cartridge.
so here's, K is TI Extended Basic version 100.
I
L is
thought-
TI Extended Basic, but I don't know what version that is.
Eric Olson says 100 is the first release of extended basic, 110 is the more common.
Well, guess what? File error is 07. The indicated file does not exist of the file type.
How do you find out what version of Extended Basic you have?
Doesn't that list, doesn't it list it right at the beginning?
No, it immediately looked for disk 1. Well, here, just
Here.
quit. It just says TI Extended Basic. Immediately looks for disk 1, doesn't find anything. I thought it was you.
Eric Olson says call version, parenthesis
It's
A,
110,
close
yeah.
parenthesis A, I mean, close parenthesis, excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this is version 110.
Yep. I'm looking for file error 20. And.
Okay,
So
so,
that should be probably what you want.
so old disk 1, marbles 3, I get the in-out error 20.
Is there a problem with your disk
IO
image?
error? Okay, let's see. Wait a minute, let me find IO error.
Possibly,
You might want to reset after
Uh,
screwing around with the
here we
version,
go.
with the
Right.
call command.
okay, everything's off.
Start fresh.
I'm finding the page at least. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not finding an IO error.
Yeah, I know, a lot of times that happens with,
Right,
Oh,
you'll
wait a
get it
minute, maybe-
ambiguous.
Maybe it's 2-0, maybe it's input open, would that be 2 errors? Yes, a 2-digit
Yeah,
error
our
code
problem,
is
yeah, Ricky
displayed.
Barron is saying that he
Alright.
runs it on regular TI hardware. Our setup may be a little too exotic, but you can try.
The first digit indicates which
Fire.
IO operation caused the error, so that would be input. And this, I have to flip the page and read. The second digit indicates what type of error occurred. So 0 would be device name not found, invalid device or list name in delete list, old, or save command. So, there it is.
Well-
It's input error. The first one is 2, which says input, and the second is device name not found. So there's your information.
That's funny, because it loads the other program just fine from that location.
And I'm amazed that I could find that after only 40 years being a TIer. Okay.
Got the RXP here. You might have to abandon this and do more troubleshooting offline.
Well, this may be a demo for the new year. I'm kind of sorry, Ricky. We need probably to run this a few times and figure out what the problem is before we try to show the rest of
Yeah.
the world. Although we're showing the rest of the world something, I'm not sure entirely what it is. And Ricky says he's run it on the regular hardware, run a TI
Okay.
hardware, so maybe that's the thing to do. Oh, well, at least you tried. Thanks. he
Maybe
said.
something got damaged
Either that or it's.
during the transfer on the internet
Or it's being particular about the disk image in the sense that it doesn't like maybe
Or it
your-
needs
your-
Classic
your-
99. I think he said he ran it Classic 99.
Well, he was running, well, I mean, if you're running it in an emulator, all bets are off versus something exotic, because you're running your disk images from the Nano PEB, right? So it's possible that if there's any sort of
Oh, yeah, once you,
unusual disk activity, you might have a problem.
well, once you multiply the connections, I know that on my sailboat, the more complex system becomes, the more likely it is to fail, and more likely it is to fail exactly when you need it. Say like the chart plotter in fog. That's
Yeah, if you can't
As
get it, if you
occurred.
can't get it running, we might have to try again another time.
yeah. We'll
Maybe try
I
it
feel
in.
real bad about this.
Try
'cause
it
that
in an
was-
emulator first to see if you can even get it to work at all, and
Yeah.
then try it on less complicated hardware and see where the
Well,
failure point is.
Last month, we were having trouble running Missile Command
yeah.
off those USB drives that we were given, and we couldn't get it to run.
Yeah, and I think that was another, emulator problem in the sense that I guess that in the emulator you can emulate make more RAM available than you probably have on a real console.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like real steel, is there? Although it's mighty heavy to carry.
Yeah, at least Vic has the Nano PEB. It saves a little wear and tear on his spine every month.
Yeah, it's well,
Well, this past month, I've spent collating all of the Italian user group games library that's listed online. And this consists of 84 consecutively numbered web pages. And each one has 12 programs per page.
good God.
And what's a jewel about the Italian user group is you click on that one program's image and it comes up with, what it loads in, how you play the game, what you need. And if you have things like a binary file for a Filegram, or to have somebody like our buddy Jim Fetzner make a cartridge, they got the labels that he can print out and put on those cartridges. So that
Wow.
works real nice. So we're going to shift gears here. This was off the Italian user group, and this is Frosty the Snowman. And I tried this last month, and I got vexed because the timer was so quick. Well, by reading the docs on the Italian user group page for this program, there's two versions. One doesn't have a timer, the other one does. So I think this is the version that does not have the timer. And if you don't see a countdown number on the screen, this is the version I was headed for.
Aha, another authentic TI demo.
Okay, so we turn everything off, plug everything back in. I hate to think that's.
Meanwhile, Jim, have you got some news about our website?
Well, thanks to Mark Zeman, we once again have control over the original TIUG, ChicagoTIUG.com domain, and it is now pointing to the new site as well. So hopefully in the near future, after I survive my end of the year work schedule, we'll perhaps have more information and more polish on the club website.
No, that sounds good.
Right now, it's largely just a dumping ground for information about the club meeting and the fair when we have that info.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hopefully I'll have more information to give you to put up there.
Yeah, because if I can find spot on it to upload Dropbox links, I can start getting more of the club library and the Italian Music Group library translated to English for us English-speaking
I
people.
would worry more about getting our own history up there first and foremost.
Well,
Like,
the
if we've
Chicago
got-
User Group
If we've got
library.
the Chicago User Group library, we should have that up there. If we've got digital images of our newsletters past, that might be nice to have.
We've got, I had
Start simple.
Well, I had a complete collection going way back, which Don Walden took when he took over the fair for those 2 years and moved it up to Gurnee. And all of that, I'm afraid, is lost.
Here we go. 2018 Chicago Fair, which I just happen to have with me here. Come on. I hate these touchpads. Okay, as you recall, the 2018 fair had a folder here called Libraries. And here we got the Tiger Club, the Altman, the Boston Computer Society. Oh, Chicago. You also got Lima, you got the modules on disk, you got Plato, you got the TI Discs Library, Tiger Cup, the Plato Interpreter cartridge.
That should be on the last fair flash drive that you gave me in theory.
Okay, so here's the Chicago User Group Library. And here in an Acrobat file, I think I got a physical copy here too.
Once upon a time, we had so much stuff that has disappeared. We had the manuals, the boxes of manuals which were lost in a flood in Dundee. Oh my God, what is this now you're handing me? About,
That's the Chicago Library.
Yeah.
And here we have a facsimile of it here on the screen.
Vic just handed Hal one of his binders of information.
with,
So here's the Chicago Library.
Right,
1 to 100.
published as a pamphlet. Yeah, I've seen a few revisions of that.
The nice thing about this being an Adobe is I think you could do an Adobe search for any particular file name.
Yeah, here we go. We've got also a physical copy of that, of some version of that. That's the
This is-
88 to 89
this is the
Publication.
expanded
discs, 101
8.5
to
by
170.
11 sheet where I can actually
You can actually read it?
Yes, without my glasses, more or less, which I can't do
Yeah,
any
you can
longer.
print out these Adobes, but Hal, why don't you pop out one of those sheets and wave it in front of the camera and describe what it is, like there's the program name, the size, and
Oh,
the
yes.
description of it.
Well, it's essentially what's in the expanded version.
Right, it's essentially printed on a larger format.
Yeah.
We used to have that. This is the PDF library that I found.
Right, and the ideal situation would be to convert this stuff back into widely formatted
Yeah,
text.
to
so
make
we
that,
can-
now you can wave the pamphlet in
Well,
front of the
Well,
screen.
I just did before that.
Okay,
but,
what I did is I scanned the pages of that pamphlet and I made that book so I could read it.
There's a little
I see. Thing.
printout of the Chicago skyline, complete with
So,
I think we
Lakeview.
have these files.
And then if I show the address on it, where does the mail go to?
so this this PDF goes up to Chicago Disk 170,
Mm-hmm.
and then it jumps to 207. So I think that's how our.
Yeah, there's
memory
gonna be
book-
different publication versions for different series.
there
of
was-
Well,
discs.
in that book, there should be a real tattered blue catalog, maybe at the first page.
The reason that there's a jump in there was that, yeah, here's the blue one. Let's show this. The reason that there's a jump is that we had a number of unnumbered programs that were supposed to be numbered. This is the original one, this is the disc, this is a 1 to 100.
0 to
Because we
100.
went
So
from
the
numbered programs to named programs.
Yeah,
Where we had like DM1000, Disk U.
and the
Funnel
anomalous
Web.
disk 0.
well, we also, at that time,
Either that or,
Bob Demeter, who had been the librarian since the beginning, I
Mhm.
guess, dropped out.
Yeah.
And that meant that the job went to somebody else, and as often happens when that occurs, somebody else had a different plan or different idea, and did what they wanted to do as opposed to what had been done. And the result was that
Indexing
things
changes
got a little
and numbering and
confused.
naming, yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like the latest version.
Okay, now Eric is saying, Owen Brandt, who did Opry 99 near Germantown, Wisconsin, about 130 miles north of Chicago. For some, I don't know if that's a question that he's asking. I'll say, he says, I love our dot matrix art, dot matrix arts. Yes. Yeah, those, I'll tell you, I still got my old dot matrix, an FX90, I think it is.
Mhm.
And by God, it works. And my old inkjet printer works. Whereas the new super Epson printer that I have that has 16 different functions doesn't work at all. Doesn't work worth a damn. Can't connect it to anything and have it printed.
Can do everything, but you can't get it to do.
anything. That's right. Yeah, that's
Okay, I've been using TIDIR, written by Fred Call, to navigate through this thumb drive. And here's its look at the Library of Chicago. And let's go to the first collection there. Okay, a nice thing about this is you can double click and see the contents of that disk. Now we're inside Chicago Disk 101, and there's the programs that are on it. So align dock, I think I can right click, no, that, tools, mark, commands, no, file, view file. And there's the text that's in that.
I don't know if that's readable on stream.
Well, that's okay, everybody gets the idea. Get TIDIR, and you can navigate these folders, and if you don't have an emulator, it's the next best thing to it. Here's a program called Apple Jam. I'll try double clicking on it. No, nothing happened. Files. You can view the disk image info, and it just tells you technical data about that particular program. But we wanted to actually view the program itself. And here we go, view file. And there it is. Gee, it's a text, that program is text. And this lets you actually look at it. Now, that's an actual program it's peeking into. So yes, to answer your question, we have the Chicago User Group Library, and people who've been coming to fairs have gotten copies of that library since like 2010. And in 2016, we had gotten the Barry Harmson Library, when Barry gave me that. Like Altman Fairware Library, the Library of Modules, the Plato Library. These are all available on the thumb drives. Is there one that says from Barry? Suppose
A lot of the stuff, well, all of the lists, all of the libraries have been swapped back and forth for so many years that many programs appear on different libraries, and they're duplicates. But one of the nice things is that sometimes you run across stuff that only appears in one of the libraries.
Yeah.
And so you really have to have them all and look through. If you're looking for a specific program, it's like being in a library that's full of books. If you are looking for a specific book, the bigger the library, probably the better the chances of finding something that you're looking
Yeah.
for.
So here's the Barry Harmson Library. He gave me a thumb drive in the 2015 fair, and he said these are all the programs for the TI in Europe as of that time. So he put thousands of programs in one folder at the root level of this drive, and it took me a year to sort these out to like all numbered programs. So these are the ones that start with these particular numbers. Like from 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3. You know, let's look at 5 here. There we go. These are all the numbers. This starts with a disk, 5. That's the number of it. Here's 50, program disk. 5201, basic math. So this is quite a mystery. 5, freeware.
That might be the Plato disc. It might be one of the cartridges
Yeah.
from what was it? Scott Forsman?
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, since I've been giving these all away at the fairs, did somebody else go through these and
Verify.
index all these, like,
Yeah, I mean, the reality is if we want it up online somewhere more comprehensively, it's gonna probably take an effort of people to do, which is why I kind of often point at, let's do our own stuff first and foremost, because it's more likely we'll get it done.
yeah. Well, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
pronounce
not
them
on,
again.
it's not online, and if stuff's in PDF rather than,
Go down to Fred Collin. Let's see what programs are
then
listed.
something
Well,
that
it's
can
trying
be
to load the
displayed
99
directly on a
disc.
website, it's less valuable.
Sorry, James. Yeah, we got all the TI stuff. We got the scans there. We got that PDF of it. And
Right, but ideally, we don't want, if it's an original source material of, like, say, a printed manual, maybe, but if it's something that was, generated from a text file and formatted, we should probably get that back into text format if we can. Run it through OCR if we have to, and proof it.
we'll try here.
That way it's a little more viewable, searchable, indexable when we put it up online.
So what was it you would like?
Well, I suggested that we look at the Fred Call disc, just or file, just to see what was on there.
Okay,
And,
let's.
I would imagine that it's full of his programs, and
It's real touchy here. I'm using a trackpad, and what was that one on? Indexed?
it's a little bit down, a little bit further down. I think.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try the front call folder. Oh, try pressing OK. There we go. Okay, so Compact Flash 2K, Copy Fat, Disk Manager 2K. These are all zip files. I can look in these with this. Usually with Windows you can't. No, it's a zip. So I cannot use this program to look at these zip files. But I can.
That's just, no big deal.
This is a thumb drive I'm grooming for Jim Fenster. So let's go here to libraries. Come on, how do you get two lit up at the same time? That could never happen.
Oh, yes, it can.
One more time, carefully, not moving it. Okay, like that. Well, wait, it wasn't in libraries, was it? It was up here from Barry Harmson. It was all indexed. Fred Cowell. And
There they
Which
all
one?
are, yeah.
let's look at the first one. Now, sometimes you click on it and you'll get PK unzip or brezip or something like that. Other times, you can actually, I don't necessarily want to unzip that. On a desktop machine at home, you can explore a zipped file. There we go. So that's what's inside. I had to use the correct command for this vintage machine.
Okay.
So Compact Flash 2K, D2K in English, D2K README. So I'll just try. This is how to use the Compact Flash Manager 2000, and this is all formatted for printing. With all those commands that were there at the top. As you know, to avoid having to haul a P-box around, I got a Compact Flash about 12 years ago, and I recently upgraded to the Nano PB configuration. And so on one compact flash card, I got over 1,000 floppy disks. And plus, I don't have to carry around the P-box. But anyway, I digress. What I was trying to do here. Yeah, so there's the Barry Harmson library. And yeah, that's an S-load of stuff. And yes, people should contact us if you want your very own thumb drive.
Come to a fair.
Yes, you have to come to the fair. There's no way around it, unless you happen to have $1 million. And Vic has a very, very exclusive offer. Vic, why don't you tell them what it is?
Okay. For a floppy disk or flash card of all the programs you've seen demonstrated here today, I will personally hand deliver anywhere in the world for $1 million. But wait, there's more.
You get two
Yes.
copies of that flash disk or disk, and then you could share it with someone. So don't hesitate. Get your check or money order, or Bitcoin or cash to Vic as rapidly as possible, and he'll show up at your door and hand it to you personally. He won't hand it to your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whomever you wish, or your mother-in-law. He'll hand it to you directly, He will hunt you down like a dog. You may be out in the middle of the desert, you may be at sea. It doesn't matter. He'll find you.
And, take advantage, he hasn't adjusted his price for inflation in many
Yeah.
years.
That's right, that's right. It's still just $1 million. Cheap,
You
cheap and
get the
half the price.
second
yeah.
one for half price.
That's it. Yes, yes, you can,
Anyway,
The
what I've been doing
13th
for the
just
past
1 penny.
month from the fair is, here's this famous Italian user group, 2023 library, that I've been working on downloading, translating it to English, and then peeling off the appropriate programs. So let's go down to like 5 here. And here's the actual programs that I've downloaded. Some of these, I've translated the Italian program name to an English program name. It don't always work, because a lot of times the English name for a program's got a completely different spelling, first letter, stuff like that. But here's the actual web page. Today. Where's the today button? Oh, there we go. So as I see that hourglass blinking. Okay, so when I went to the Italian user group actually a couple months ago, it says, oh, we've got the IUG games library. And I noticed that you've got 3 of them open now?
Oh, an authentic TI demo.
It's just the internet in general.
Here we go.
Dead links everywhere.
So here's the IUG page. We selected number 5. Here's your bar here. So you can go from page 1 through page 84. Let me see if I can make this a bit bigger. Control plus. There we go. Let me see if I can drag that over a bit. Here's the meat of the program. So fast arithmetic. Now this is translated into English because if you look over here on the right, don't understand Italian, choose your language. When I first loaded this, it was in Italian. So if you click on these little flags here, you'll get a menu. Actually, I don't know if it'll do it because we're not online. No, it won't do it. But you get a menu with about 50 different languages on it. And unfortunately, English happens to be one. No, they don't differentiate.
And I'm sure the translation, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
Well, I did find out one thing, that the Google Translate was much better than the Firefox Beta Translate program, which failed many times. So, however, the Google Translate would take 10 to 15 seconds to translate a page, where the Firefox was almost instant. So you pays your money and picks your poison. So going through this on number 5, it's like, here's fast arithmetic. So this is what's great, because he briefly describes the program name, the programmer, shows like a screen capture of what it is, and then a brief description of what it is. So here we go. Asteroids, a graphic demo. So it's not really a game, it's a demonstration of it. Astornia, whatever that is. Okay, so this didn't get translated down here.
It's a British program from 1983. Well, I got that, TI Basic. And that's about it.
Okay, well, here.
The limit of my Italian.
I had, who's that, Astoria? Here, I actually downloaded the page. And here it is. Here we go. Let me bump that up just a little bit, make it a little larger.
Scott Vincent. the British programmer from 1983.
I started with number 5 because the number 1 was like all numbered programs. It was sort of abstruse. So okay, this is the jewel of this site. This is like a great explanation of what the program is, where they got it from, a simple screenshot. Yeah, you put your cursor over it and it wiggles. So Hal, you wanna?
Let's see. After a short and simple introductory title screen, you'll get to the heart of the space life simulation. You play the administrator of a mining colony that settled on an asteroid called Estonia, deep in the asteroid belt. The isolated colony survives by mining for precious copper ore, now very rare on Earth, and trading it for food, oxygen, and essential equipment, and probably sex. Knowing these mining colonies,
Oh, okay. Do you recognize the gameplay here? Well, it's
No.
like Hammurabi, where you're the ruler of an empire, and it's resource management.
yeah,
You've got expenses and you got income, and you have to wisely manage your resources to turn a profit and to grow. But this is an outer space fiction, not ancient Babylon.
no. Well, that's interesting. I might add that we only have this room until 3. So I'm gonna go out in
Oh.
a few minutes and I'm gonna check, see if someone's following us. Otherwise, we
Might get a little
have to.
extra time.
I don't know if
truncate
that
our-
clock there is accurate or not. But here, after describing the program,
It
you
is
get
close
this.
enough.
It's a shooting game, software, Scott's Instant, game contained. And if you go down a little further, there's the high point. You right-click that and you do Save As. And here it's got other suggested related programs. So now we'll go back to the folder that was in. And there's the saved game download. So here, now let's explore this without unzipping it. And you got discs. Estonia is a disk file. All right. You have something called a FIAD file, excuse my ignorance. I don't know what that format is. Text. Oh, there's a text listing of the program you can actually look at before you download it and load it onto your machine. Wave. Oh, if you want to listen to the program, you can do it here. I digress. That's a cassette file. And ZZ screens, there's ZZ screens because that guarantees to put it at the bottom of the list, no matter what he has on top of it. And so here's the first. All right, we're using XN view here, my favorite picture viewer. Here's the first one. And an XN view cannot see inside a zip file. So I gotta manually load the next one. There we go. Second screen capture. Third screen capture.
And so,
Oh, Martian space pilots. Wait a minute. Where the heck did they come from? So,
well, everybody's gotta have a snake in there somewhere, you know, that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, great. This guy made it 2 years.
Hmm.
Both years. So, yeah, so the IUG is great where it has all these listed. Where was something else that sounded interesting? I found a program in here by Here's a comical one. Catherine Deneuve. Yeah, I actually ran that. So in addition to these, I went through all these programs and I went through those zip files and I extracted the binaries for cartridge format and the .dsk for disk files, and I put them in their own folder here. So search 12 has been disk 12, and there's Casino Blackjack disk. Here's Casino Blackjack as a bin file. Most, these programs are all either a bin file or a disk file. A lot of them are one or the other, and some of them are both. But I just put everything in here.
My question to you is, when do you have time to eat and sleep? I've never met anybody who's quite as organized ever in my life.
Well, this has taken a month, and I've got all the bin files on my Final Grom. And I've got half of the disk files listed. So what was that one called, Catherine, CAT?
I'm gonna step out and find out if we have any more time, or if we need to start breaking down, because if we have to start breaking down, we ought to know about it in advance. Oh, my old bones.
Minimize the angry looks through the glass door.
No tooth of the angry horn. Here it is. So that one was rather funny. And as usual, I had to write down a cross-reference sheet because I'm cross-referencing stuff 3 ways now, not 2. Because I got to go, what search number. These are listed by groups of 10 programs. And I did that because I can't make them alphabetical, because you'll never find what search number folder they were in if I do that, because the English doesn't always match up. So I do them 10 at a time, and I labeled them, search 11, here's all the programs, search 12. So search 12 had on disk 198 a picture of French actress Catherine, I'm going to butcher her name, Deneuve, I believe is how it's pronounced. No, we put that in this too, right? Okay. Hell's back.
We have the room until 3:15 guaranteed, and I have to check back at about 5 or 10 after 3 to find out if,
You get any more time.
yeah.
So this is a silly comic show program of French actress Catherine Deneuve. But there is a ton of stuff here. Like I said, I only did so much of this. How much more time do we have now?
Well, we have until 3:15 guaranteed,
So you've got about 30 minutes.
about 30 minutes guaranteed, but if at 10 after 3 there's somebody else that wants the room, this nice young lady said that she'll have to kick us out, which is only fair, I guess. We used to be able to get it for 3 hours guaranteed, but now the law policy is 2 hours. Fortunately, that doesn't seem to be a big rush today. There's a lot of people aren't in the library. It's a rainy, gloomy day. A lot of people have stayed home. I would have loved to just slept in this morning, but my wife had a colonoscopy at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so we got up in the middle of the night. I like to sleep until the crack of noon, but she doesn't. So for her, having to stay in bed this morning afterwards, it was a real problem. I had to practically duct tape her into bed. I imagine she's up right now. As soon as I left the house, I'm sure she jumped out of bed and started cleaning something. That's her hobby. This is mine and that's hers.
So I guess that means press any key.
Let's see.
So yeah, so this is that Frosty a Snowman. I accidentally ran the one with the timer.
Uh-huh.
And last meeting I griped about not having enough time to play the game. So this is a memory match game.
Aha.
So just starting logically, we'll look at A, and we'll look at B. Okay, that's not a match. Okay, so now logically we can go to C. Now that doesn't match with A or B. And D,
Oh,
we
you
got a
match.
match right
You
there.
got his little stocking cap.
Okay, so logically progressing along,
Well,
let's
that's a
look at
hat.
D
We put a hat on, it's not a frost hat.
and F. Ooh, did we see F before?
Yeah, that's a B, I
So
think.
that
No,
A.
that's a B.
Oh,
Nope, close, but not quite.
That's an arm. No, that's not it.
no, it's a drumstick. Okay. Ah,
Ah,
There it
B.
is, that's B,
Yeah.
yeah.
Carrot nose.
Sure.
Okay, I think that's A.
Yeah, I was thinking it was something else, but, well, you run out of time.
Oh, no.
I guess that was the one with the timer.
Well, let's look at this one. It's by reading the docs on that Italian user group page for this program. It said, oh, one program's with the timer and one's without.
Well, now we know the C and D were for the hat. We can get that right away.
Well, provided it doesn't resort those.
Oh, that would be
You know,
really.
if I were, writing some
If I were
program,
doing it,
yeah.
I would definitely do a random sort
Yeah.
before.
Hey, Armando is here. He's watching.
So, yeah, a lot of the demonstrations, what they call graphic or graphic demo or something, seems to be from Vittori's cartridge dump he did like back in 2015.
So Eric comments, he
Of
tried to print out a
files.
catalog of what was on his Nano PE,
Let's try
but
C and D
it
right
wouldn't
off
fit
the
on the
bat,
sticky
yeah.
label the way it did in the floppy disk era. Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
there we
shocking.
go.
You might need like a microfiche.
Okay,
Label.
B and G.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's a no. B and
Even
G
that
is a
might be
no.
tight.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
so
got
it
the
is
no.
the same.
Yep. So we're cheating a little here. No, those are two different arms.
H and
That's
A.
A and H. Yep, there you go. That's a tail or an arm. I don't know what that is. That was
Oh.
J and K. There you go.
And you're done.
Yeah.
That one had a timer too. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
No, you're not doing anything wrong. We just
And it may
haven't
also,
played
it may
enough
also,
to memorize where everything is, and
Mhm.
next time.
Okay. The other thing here, I'd like to make a small correction for butchering Walid Malouli's fine game, the Royal Game of which is a lot like Senate. It's an Egyptian game. It's like a 5,000-year-old precursor to backgammon. I don't know which one to run.
Is this the city tour? Okay, well, we know what that one is.
what was the other program name? Maine. And this one, yes, I was, yeah, why don't you crack open that white book there and find the Royal Game of
The Royal Game of
It's
Earl.
all in alphabetical order.
Well, would that be a T or would that be an H or would that be an R?
It'd be an R, he skips the T.
Royal, oh, okay. They come at night, that's an M, no, that's a T. So we're, Spark Drummers, that's an S. Royal Game of, I found it. Ah, okay. A board game reported to the TI 99-4A in December 2017 by Walid Maouli, also known as Vorticon, and to the TI community. I think this has been truncated a little on this side because we're missing half the
Yeah.
line. That's all right. It's big enough so I can read it.
So anyway, if you can see where that green square is, on the left side, fourth row down, the top half of it, that's your starting home position.
Oh,
So my turn is, so what keys do I press?
good question, a very good question. I haven't read this yet.
Okay.
And had I but known, let's see. See the top piece available, bottom to the, takes up the writing, men home is written, the checkers that something that will accumulate. Sort of missing half of the sentence there, but overall, it's a lot of fun.
74.
Use the S and D keys to position the something, it doesn't say what, it will automatically move the boxes based on the number rolling the dice. To introduce a N key once the dice have been rolled. I can't quite figure out what I'm missing. To learn more about the history and rules of the game, I recommend reading the dedicated entry on, and that says, well done.
Okay, so it
Um,
didn't print out correctly.
I think what we have here is a landscape versus portrait problem.
Okay.
We should come up with a number for that, like a 86.4 or something, yeah, an 86.
Yeah, new.
You know, like an ID 10T, you know.
Let's try 75, let's try
New
76.
sheet layout format,
76,
yeah.
you like 76, but okay, it's a 76 era that we're experiencing here.
No, I mean folder number 76.
Oh.
Trying to find this game. There's a bajillion programs that start with the.
Speaking of error codes, maybe we should have an error code for a TI demo that doesn't work the first time. Maybe we could just refer to that as error 11 or, 31. Oh, we're having an error 31. We could, let's ask everybody online. If we have a problem with a TI demo that's not loading and working the first time, what would you suggest as a name for that?
Yeah,
An
preferred
code.
error code.
Yeah, an error code, it can't be one of the 1 to 7s, we can't have that. It can only have one, well, it can't have just one numeral, can it? It can have any numeral up to 99. It could be error 99, that would be appropriate. But, let's take a survey, everybody just type in your answer. We'll watch, we'll wait.
Play the Jeopardy theme song.
What's that?
Play Jeopardy theme song.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is, Royal Game of Ur. Okay, it's on search number 59. And let's see what they say about it.
Okay.
They got the brief review on the main page and the detailed review on the specific page for just that program by itself. Yeah, and you ain't gonna find one either. I mean, if I could have taken the antenna out of this thing, I would have, just to make sure I wouldn't accidentally. All right, let me zoom this in. Yeah, I completely butchered the demonstration of this last
Zero is
one.
at my favorite program.
Yes.
Set it and forget it. I just gave away one of those monitors, those TI monitors.
Okay.
But, yeah, if you had, said you were gonna rerun that demo again, maybe I would have brought my physical copy of the game over.
Yeah, where was Marble Madness, stashed
Marble
at?
Maze?
Marble Maze?
Okay, well, we have one response.
Oh, it's on,
Jim has said error 312 would be an appropriate,
Well, for us at least.
for us, yeah.
oh, here we go. So here's the review of the Royal Game of Ur. Computerized version of this is designed for single player. Okay, there, Hal.
On the screen, you will see the top pieces available to both the player and the computer. The board takes up the entire center of the screen, and at the bottom, the 4 dice, which will indicate the possible number of movements in your turn from 1 to 4. Any speech synthesizer connected, it will say the number output, if there's any speech. Okay. Where the writing "men home" is written, the checkers that have been managed to take off the board will accumulate. The first of the 2 players to manage to take all the checkers off will have won. Okay. When a pawn is positioned in the red zone, the dice will be rolled again. Furthermore, as long as it remains on the red zone, the pawn will be protected from the opponent's attacks. Oh, that's good to know. Yes, because during the course, if the other player places one of his pawns on yours, that pawn will return to those still to be added to the board. Yeah, nasty pawn. Overall, it's a lot of fun, and okay, I'm waiting to see that. And the controls are very simplified. Use the S and D keys to
Okay.
position the cursor on the pawn and then press enter. It'll automatically move onto the boxes based on the number rolled on the dice. To introduce a new piece onto the board, simply press the N key once and the dice have been rolled. My God.
Okay, so, oh, there we go. So this is your home position, your start. But I can tell it I want to move, where I want to start, or if I want to move a pawn. And of course, these red boxes, the red circles are the safe spots, and you get to roll again. So I'm going to press the enter key. Sure it was enter to roll?
I do not know. Alpha lock?
We have a quick update. Eric Olson votes for error 51. It went to area 51. The program doesn't work, it went there. And then he says he likes error 312 too. So we have 2 suggestions. We could make this an industry standard by promulgating this information. We do this often enough, and we seem to do it often enough so that they're in time. It's like saying the word aspirin. In time, it will become a standard, and we'll no longer have a copyright on it.
Kleenex, Xerox,
Yep, aspirin.
Scotty's.
Yep. Anyway,
How to lose your trade name by way of popularity.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you either get the sales or you get the
Yeah.
copyright. Well, I'm pressing enter and it doesn't seem to do anything here.
Well,
I wonder if it's this machine. We're having trouble with Marble Maze.
I think it's more likely operator error because we just aren't yet fully familiar with it, but there are 5 red pawns.
Oh, that's a safe zone. Let me illustrate this. Where the green square is where you start on the board.
Okay,
And then for every, your counters are at the bottom. And they can either be flat or they can be rounded. So if they're flat, I think they're 0. If they're rounded, they're 1. So the most you can get is a high number of 4. So if you start here at this first spot, you would go, I think that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd wind up in a safe zone and get the roll again. Now, the guy on the right, his opening spot is on the lower right corner of the top half, not this bottom left corner. So then you get there, and now you move to the center, and you run down the middle here until you get to the bottom. And then when you're at the bottom, my piece would branch off to the left, and that's my exit. That's where I would leave. I would roll a 1 to get off of there.
It's not enter, try the space bar. It's not like an alpha lock issue or something like that.
Position the cursor on the pawn and press enter. Will automatically move into the boxes based on the number rolled on the dice. Okay, so
It says enter, right?
I can't get off the board and press on that.
Right. Can you try in a different spot? Maybe,
No, it says your turn. Okay, I'm going to reload this. Directory, drive 1. I mean, it didn't take long to reload it. So it said, your turn. Yeah, and I can move the SD keys and get them to move, okay. I got 3, huh?
How do you know what,
I've moved that cursor. It says here, use the SD keys to position the cursor on the pawn and press enter. It will automatically move into the boxes based on the number rolled on the dice. To introduce a new piece on the board, press the N key. Oh! Pressing the N key. +3. I don't know if you can hear him say that, the speech synthesizer.
I heard it
does.
faintly say 2.
Yeah.
now I realize what I'm missing. I have to turn up my hearing aids.
Okay, I positioned the green cursor on my playing pawn. That's at 1. You can see only one dot is flat there. Press the new key, because that's where you start.
That sounds like 7 to me.
Yeah, he knocked me off that spot.
What happens if you don't have a speech synthesizer?
I would imagine it just doesn't talk, and I would imagine
You'd have to
it
guess,
doesn't
you'd have to
crash.
guess,
How do
you'd
you
have to
know? How do you know?
guess. Well, I assume it wouldn't let you place so I guess if you're placing a new piece, it places it bit by position by the number. So if the position isn't open, it won't let you place a new piece. And then if you want to reposition a piece, it's going to only allow you to place it,
Yeah.
the
So
number
if
of
you-
new moves. So you might be a trial and error scenario. without the voice synthesis. So he's placing it because
Yeah, see,
position
he
two
can
is
actually
open,
jump over
right?
his own piece there.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's just, you know, when you place the new piece, it places it into position two because
Now I
it rolled a
can,
two.
yeah, I can move this cursor. I don't think I can do it here. No, it won't let me.
What was the dice roll? Vic, what was the dice roll? I didn't catch
One.
it. What was it?
One.
One? Yeah, because you already have a piece in position one. So you can't place a new one. You can only move one of your pieces one position. And you're gone.
Guess which one?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's programmed to be aggressive.
Okay, so just like backgammon,
Now you can place
Yeah.
one if you wish.
yeah, that's what bollocks to me before, we just press N to put a new piece on.
Yeah, and you have to have the position open on the board for it to go
Mhm.
into based on your dice roll, it seems. You take his piece, he's on a safe zone, so you probably can't take his piece.
Yeah, see, it's hard to see that green cursor when there's a piece there.
Yeah.
Now I'll move it up one square, 2 squares, 3 squares. Why, it won't let me jump over a piece?
There you go.
Something on the rules, it wouldn't let me jump over his piece to knock out that guy on the red.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I
it's a
think that-
safe square.
Right, he's in a safe square and there might be some blocking
Yeah.
functionality too, where you can't pass, you
I had forgotten about that.
can land on a piece, but you might not be able to pass your opponent's piece.
We'll put another new piece on there.
It's been a while since I've played this game, so I don't really recall the
It's been about
specifics.
5,000 years for me, so it's past life.
Must have been an advanced civilization if they had the time to sit around and play this game. Because it seems to take some time. Uh-oh, I think we have a customer here. I'll go check. She seems to be looking in here.
Okay,
So,
well,
if that's the case,
once again,
we will have to say adieu.
well, again, I only meant to demonstrate the game, not
Right,
actually
demonstrate
play.
the game, not demonstrate the strategy of playing the game.
I just like Rich XP because it goes from a disc catalog to XP to EA, all in one swell swoop, and I don't have to change cartridges. So here's Marbles 3.
So you have another 15 minutes. Till 3:30.
Okay, well, I still have, I had that error before and I shut everything down and restarted it and I ran other programs fine. I just tried Marble Maze again, and it will not load Marbles 3. And I got 32K.
Now, you're running it in standard EA, or standard XP?
No, it was RXP for convenience. Let's do a 32K test here, which is a bin file on the final ground. Yeah, nothing like having all these diagnostic stuff right in the final ground, because you can test the keyboard, you can test the 32K. They even have one called System Test that's pretty fancy, because it tests out the graphics, chips and such, and the screen changes colors and stuff.
Too many bells and whistles for me. I've got a core comp disk controller, which I thought was, about as advanced as I want to get. My old Sugar drive, I replaced with something a little more modern.
Okay, 32K passed.
So,
Go ahead, Al, I didn't mean to
no,
step on you
I
like that.
don't have anything more than that. That's about my level of expertise. I can just about make my name scroll across the screen, and that's, that used to amuse the kids. Of course, they're all moved on.
Utilities, display.
I'm waiting for great-grandchildren so I can look like,
Oh, yeah, customer.
Got another customer.
Yes.
What does he
Well,
want?
maybe I should start breaking down as
Yeah.
a courtesy for these people.
Yeah. He just walked away. I think
You're just looking.
he's just
Curious.
scanning to see if there's
Gee, I'm
anything
sorry,
to
I gave you
steal.
such a nasty look there. I feel guilty now.
Yeah, well, he's probably just going around seeing what there is to steal. This, unfortunately, there is a problem in this library, and there's also a problem in our hospitals, and a lot of problems. He's checking out the other room. Maybe he's looking for somebody in particular.
In that white book, Hal, why don't you go through some of the other programs I was going to show, but we're running out of time.
Do we really want to do that? Do we really want to let these people know what they've missed?
Or it's a
You
teaser.
know,
Now,
it's
what was
Christmas.
that one?
It's Christmas time, and
That was the Above the Stars or Beyond the Stars, that red one? See, I've had to, on the Italian user group, it's nice that they got the instructions on many of these programs, and in one of my binders here, I printed out them for Beyond the Stars. Okay, just the title.
Beneath the Stars.
Beneath the Stars.
We don't want to run into copyright problems here.
Oh, yeah.
Beneath the Stars.
That's
yeah.
Beneath the Stars. The next program I was going to demo was.
Frankenstein's Monster.
Mm-hmm.
So, stay tuned next month, boys and girls of all ages.
Next month and next year.
And
Yeah.
next year.
Because
And
letter R here is the Italian user group from 2023. So these are the bin files from the Italian user group. And I had to break them up into 4 folders because you can only put so much in one folder here on a compact flash. So let's look at B,
Ooh.
A to F.
there's more. There's even more. Shall I read the rest?
Yes.
Grail of the Gods. Grail of the Gods for next time
Mhm.
or later. And this one says Hunchback. Hunchback. It was a little difficult to read the graphics. And these are all the printed instructions out. This is amazing. You must have $1 million just in
Well,
these.
see, we got
sheet
Hunchback, we
protectors.
got Hunchback Havoc, and Hunchback Set 2. So it should be interesting next time to do a comparison on these.
Mono, mono.
One thing I would like to personally thank Cyril is letter G here, horrors. About 5 or 6 years ago, I put in my beloved horrors disc into the floppy drive, and it disintegrated so bad, I almost couldn't clean that drive to use it again. And so it was with a tear in my eye that
You lost your horrors.
I lost that.
Oh, my.
But here, he's got it here on the Italian user group, they got horrors.
Well, here's Spark Drummers Challenge. That's more for next time. And here's one, They Come at Night.
Well, it's a zombie one.
I think that's zombies, yes. There's a picture
I hope
of zombies
so.
here. That's nothing, boys and girls, nothing to get too excited about.
This is a family show.
Unless, of course, you like zombies, in which case you can get very, very excited. Zombies.
No, Spark Drummers Challenge must be a disk file, because these are all bin files. Oh, here's TI Extended Basic. Super back.
What makes it super?
I'm absolutely amazed that you have the time to do all that, and print all these things out and create
Well,
this.
since this is a bin file, I don't have to.
Hermano says try skeletal cave.
Super minor. This wasn't even in the book, was it?
Skeletal Cave?
Yeah. Because he's making a comment on your interest in the.
Here we go. Try
horrors.
Skeleton Cave.
Okay, that would be in folder D for P through S. And you can see there's 5 pages to this. This is page 1.
Eric says
Page
shovel.
Page 3, Skeletal Cave and Skeletal Cave intro. Well, let's try the intro. Everything is compiled by TMOP. Skeleton rotten. Again, since this is from the Italian user group, a lot of times the disk name, a lot of times the program itself plays a nice creepy song. And I can't look up my notes because I haven't gotten that far. I've only gotten through folder 40. of
So you'll have to
84.
guide us, Urbano.
We only have 13 minutes left, guys, so.
Okay, so where was that at? That was letter R for the IUG. That was letter D for P through S. That was page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, Skeletal Cave. Move down until the Skeletal Cave will appear. Okay. Can't go through that area, it's blocked.
I thought it's all blocked.
Well, you've got one passage that's open. Then it looks like there's a key down there, so you might be able to open some doors with the keys.
Yeah, except now I'm stuck.
Can't go up?
No, I can't go up. Yeah, Alpha Lock is up.
No, but I'm saying you can't
Oh.
go up.
There you go.
That's quite a lot of keys.
But wait, there's more keys. You need another key to get.
Yeah, maybe you can't go back once it's scrolled off the screen.
I guess so.
In which case you either stick your sword up that skeleton or
Or you
that.
die.
You run.
You join them.
Well,
Well, This was called what, skeleton?
Skeletal
Skeleton
Cave.
A cave.
Okay, so let's. See, if I was hooked up to the net, I could go to all these a lot quicker. Because I could just go to the number, and here's,
Guys, we've got 10 minutes.
Yellow key for yellow door, and maybe cross for skeletons. This one, Hermano.
oh, wait, I do have a cross-reference sheet here.
Although we probably need to start packing up soon.
Yeah.
Eric Olson says, I tried to print out a catalog of what's on my Nano PEB, but it wouldn't fit on the sticky label the way it did on the floppy disk here.
62 might be the folder. Yeah, there it is. How'd that happen? Skeleton Cave. So this is why you need, for you guys without you running these on the emulators, this is why you would need like a laptop next to you, next to your TI, so you can, now it's got to complain it can't find it on the net, and it doesn't need the net, because everything is here. Zoom in.
Oh, it's a Swedish game. I was gonna say, it didn't look Italian.
Rotten?
Uh,
Okay, now why don't you read it for the people that can't,
For the people that can't read the screen.
off the screen, yeah.
The 1985 Swedish game was developed by Martin Florin and Fredrik Forsström in TI Basic. It's a dungeon-style puzzle game, and it's very challenging. If you see slightly anomalous things, bugs that happen during gameplay, don't pay attention to them. They will fix themselves automatically. It will not hinder the continuation of the game, which can be completed without problems. The computer's memory is almost completely used. For this reason, it needs to be loaded from floppy disk. You will need to first type, if it needs to be loaded from floppy disk, you'll first need to type the call files 1 instruction.
All right, that's a big one. A lot of these programs, you gotta do a call files 1. If you just got the disk file and you try to run it and you don't know why it's not running, because it doesn't have a text file. Let me correct that. A lot of them do not have a text file that says loading instructions or something.
Okay, by the way, Hermano says, you use the yellow key for the yellow door, which makes sense,
Yeah,
and maybe the cross for the skeleton. Aha.
okay, so do a call files 1. In the small village of,
In the small village of Trostlusa, people lived in peace and tranquility, but unexpectedly during the night it was attacked by the skeleton of the cave. A merciless war where many people were killed in the fire and all the gold in the city's possession was stolen. Now it's time for someone to recover the lost gold, and the city is crying out for help. What about all the people killed? So here we'll find ourselves guiding the hero of the story. We've got the saber or whatever. With courage, strength, and cunning, he will have to enter the skeleton's cave to try to reach the treasure by killing all the skeletons present. That may be a difficult task in that I'm not sure that you can kill a skeleton, but then that may be,
well, it's like
that may be
zombies, too.
just my problem, not his.
Okay, there's, and again, this is a jewel of the IUG. Here's the keyboard commands. What keys you use?
Well. Walk upwards, walk left, walk right, walk down, exit in the game. There's the cue. Okay. Ooh. Not an action game, but a puzzle game, so we'll try to use a strategy based on the difficulty we will find as we continue into the depths of the cave. The keys, the doors to open, and the swords with which to face skeletons. Well, these are swords, these aren't crosses, with which to face skeletons scattered throughout the game screens. Oh, yeah. Yeah, green for green doors, yellow for yellow doors. That makes sense.
Okay,
With a yellow sword, you'll be able to kill a yellow skeleton. All right.
but
You can only use a key and a sword once. be careful to carefully count the weapons you have, because if you go to challenge the skeleton without having the relevant sword, you will die.
Okay, so
Don't collect
here-
all the key, don't collect the keys altogether. Will you be able to recover the stolen gold and restore dignity to the inhabitants of Trusaleza? I think not, because I think they're all dead. Wasn't that the original premise?
Okay, so here's the, actually, I zoomed this in too far.
That's a lot of gold.
First in the download section, in addition to the zip file, contained the cassette and floppy versions. Yeah, you actually got sound files. If you got your TI's microphone next to the speaker, you can load it in off cassette.
Hmm.
So you can use the joystick.
Well,
And there's some screen capture pictures showing the maze, credits, uncommon, and there's your downloads. The top one says it's for a basic, so it's a disk file for the top one. And the bottom one says it's a card, so that's a bin file for Final Ground. So,
that is cool. I have to admit, I have not been to the Italian user group site, and it seems like there's an awful lot of good stuff there.
mhm.
Well, now we got 5 minutes left, guys.
I guess we'll load up our bye-bye screen. Wish I could find one of the Chihuahuas standing at attention for the Taco Bell national anthem. No, I didn't want Stars and Stripes. What did I want?
Star Spangled Banner. SS Banner. There you go. This one here?
Yeah. No. Play ball.
What was I gonna tell you? Oh, well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it from here in beautiful downtown Evanston, Illinois, and the Chicago TI user group wishes you all a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and whatever other holidays you may observe at the end of this year, and hopefully you'll have as the Germans say, a good slide into next year. So that's about it from us, and once again, thanks for being here with us. If you're watching this later on at home, say maybe in the year 2025, 2023 is ending up on a pretty good note for us. Hope to see you all at the fair, and as I said at the beginning of the show, when I know exactly when that's going to be, I will broadcast all that information, and it will hopefully be sometime in the fall of 2024. Until then, until next month, the beginning of next month, have a good time and be good to yourself and to each other. Bye for now.